What if I told you that you could hypnotize yourself easily to be able to create any type of success that you would like to see in your life? It's actually really simple to get yourself into a hypnotic state. And it's not like what you see the performative stage hypnotists doing with making people dance like a chicken or hypnotizing them to think that they're like glued to the chair when they're really not. Being hypnotized literally just comes down to putting yourself into a very specific brainwave state that shuts off the critical factor in your brain, that part of your brain that when you're consciously aware, that only accepts things into your system that you already believe to be true or that you already have a lot of emotion behind. So it shuts that off to where whatever you visualize or whatever is being suggested to you by you gets directly absorbed into the subconscious mind, making a very malleable, intense shift in your subconscious programming, affecting your everyday thinking, emotions, and the actions that you naturally lean towards to do. There are other ways to hypnotize as well, such as using very specific language patterns or visual patterns. But for this video, I'm talking about two easy ways to hypnotize yourself overnight for success. And if you do these two things, I'm willing to bet it's going to be easier and easier for you to hit your goals and live out your big dreams. What's up? My name is Sabrina and I am your brain training coach. And here in the Better You space, we teach creatives, dreamers, and entrepreneurs how to train their brains to hit their goals and turn their dreams into their real daily lives. I'm coming out with a membership called Better Your Mind that's going to include daily brain trainings, the foundational teachings to shift your identity, and a bomb community who is all about transforming the self to transform your life. You can check that out with the link in the description, and let's get into it. As you are going to sleep at night, your brainwave state dips from your regular waking beta state down to your imaginative alpha state, and then into the juicy theta state. And the theta brainwave state is that state where your body is so relaxed, where you feel like you are almost like detached from your body, or you're almost like not aware of your body. You may enter the state when you're in deep meditation or hypnosis, like really deep. And you always enter this brainwave state as you are going to sleep. And so as you are falling asleep at night, I want you to visualize and tap into the feeling of what it is that you would like to manifest next, or tap into that feeling of hitting your next big goal, and sit in that feeling for as long as you can. I know you're going to be tired, and so your focus might be a little wavering. Sit in that feeling and tune your focus as much as you can as you're in that super relaxed state, and hold it and visualize it and tune into that frequency. Tune into that emotional state. Your neural pathways shift with emotion. They shift with repetition, consistency. And I notice the biggest limiting beliefs that are the hardest to rewire my clients out of are the limiting beliefs that have the most emotion behind it. Emotion anchors beliefs. And the more positive emotion you have around a positive belief system, the harder it is to be able to convince you that it's not possible for you. The harder it is that it's going to be able to convince you that you are not capable. You're going to be like, no, I am so deeply convicted that I am capable and that this is possible and that I'm already doing it. It's already done. And the action steps are a no-brainer. Your reticular activating system points out the opportunities. You feel relaxed because you feel certain. And through the chain of synchronistic events, you're able to hit your goals and build your life exactly how you want it, or even better than how you wanted it. So this is not only shifting your neural pathways with this level of emotion that you're cultivating in this sleepy state. It's changing the chemistry in your brain and in your body. You're flooding your body with these new hormones, these really feel-good hormones, which is changing your emotional baseline, which is also shifting your vibration. This is massively shifting your energetic frequency, your overall energy field. You are way more energy than you are physical. And energetics make up like 90 to 95% of the results that you get. I made a different video about this, but there could be two people taking the same exact pieces of action, but their energetic frequency are two different things dependent on the emotions they're feeling, the thoughts that they're thinking. And they're going to get two completely different results because their brain is going to point out different opportunities. The brain to body connection of how they actually fulfill on that action step are going to be two different results. So the action steps are it's a very important part of it, but so much of the results that you get is based off of your energetic frequency. Everything that you see around you is only 0.0000001% of what actually exists. That is the percentage of what is actual physical matter. And there are multiple timelines that exist in this very moment. Actually, infinite timelines that exist in this very moment. And as you shift your energetic frequency and as you shift your state of mind, you float between different timelines. You shift between different timelines that are vibrating at whatever frequency you are vibrating at that point in time. And this is how quantum leaps happen, is when someone is able to shift their energetic standpoint, shift their state of mind to such a degree and are able to hold it in a short period of time. And that's when you see all of these different results come into this person's life. And what seems like an overnight success, when it really was a drastic shift in energetic frequency and that build up of shifting your frequency. And so every night when you are falling asleep and you tap into the state and you tap into the feeling of it's already done and you tap into the feeling of you hitting that goal, you are shifting into that equal timeline. And if you are then able to set the intention as you fall asleep, that you will then wake up in that same energy that you fell asleep with, and set the intention that you're going to operate the next day from that standpoint, from that state of mind, from that frequency, then you will see an even greater effect from this. Your subconscious mind is the servant to your conscious mind, and your subconscious mind controls 90 to 95% of your thoughts, actions, emotions, behaviors. When you tell yourself to do something, your subconscious mind obeys. It fulfills it. Of course, given that there's not major contradicting belief systems that contradict what you're telling yourself that you want to do, that ends up creating resistance. And I have a ton of other videos on that topic. But when you tell your mind, just internally, give yourself that internal command that I'm going to wake up in this energy and operate as this person, your brain accepts that command, especially as you're falling asleep, because when you sleep, your subconscious mind is processing so much. Your brain accepts that and goes out to fulfill it. And don't take my word for it. Go and try it for yourself. I hold monthly mindset calls for a women's fitness and bodybuilding brand called Complete Coaching. And in one of the calls, one of the girls asked me, how do I wake up not feeling so sluggish? And how do I wake up just like with energy and excited to start my day? And I told her this. I told her, as you're going to sleep, set the intention of how you want to wake up, tap into that feeling, and then let it go. Just go to sleep and wake up. And I'm willing to bet that you're going to wake up feeling that excitement. And she came back a month later on that next mindset call. And she was like, Sabrina, I could not wait to tell you. I practiced it. And I was so surprised. She said, I shouldn't have been surprised because you told me it worked, but I was so surprised. I set that intention as I was falling asleep and I woke up in such a great mood and I was full of energy. She said that never happens. She said, now I'm trying to make sure I set that intention every night. So try it for yourself. And I digress. To continue to hypnotize yourself overnight into success is to also listen to some kind of affirmations or subliminals as you're speaking. Subliminal messaging is affirmations at a volume so low that often has music over it to where your conscious mind doesn't pick up what the affirmations are saying, but your subconscious mind that takes in way more information does pick up those affirmations. And so it bypasses that critical factor in the brain and it accepts it as truth. One of my favorite things that I'll do for myself before I started to create my own brain trainings is I would say my affirmations into my phone with my own voice. When your brain hears your own voice saying the affirmations, it just increases that believability factor and it's able to accept it at a higher rate. And if you're able to put this on repeat or make it long enough to where you're listening to this as you're falling asleep and as you are sleeping throughout the night, your brainwave state dips from theta to delta as you're sleeping and your subconscious mind is taking in everything that it hears when it's sleeping and it accepts it as truth. It's constantly building those neural pathways with whatever it's being fed. And this is such an easy and simple way to train your brain for success. Literally as you sleep. And what I love about the sleep tracks that I have inside of Better Your Mind is that I've curated them with these things in mind, where we have a time period before the affirmations during your sleep kick in that lasts like 7 to 9 hours. We have that segment before that you press play, you put the phone down and you go to bed, and it prompts you to visualize. It prompts you to set intentions. It gives you those brain training tools so that all you have to do is listen to it and do what it's telling you. And you are training your brain according to whatever sleep track you decide to go with. Right now, I have a fit and healthy sleep track. I have a conscious creator sleep track, and there's different intentions to different themes. And they're my favorite thing to put on before I go to sleep. And it's so easy because you literally go into the app, press play, put the phone down, and then you're training your brain all night. And people have said that they have slept like the best sleep that they have ever had. They wake up with so much energy after listening to this, so they know it works. So if you want to get into Better Your Mind to get access to those sleep tracks, along with all of the other brain trainings that it comes with, I'll leave the link in the description. If you don't want to do that, record the affirmations in your phone, or at least just set the intentions as you're falling asleep. You are going to see massive rewards just for doing this. Let me know in the comments how this worked for you. I'm so eager to know. Leave a black heart emoji in the comments if you made it to this point. Subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified if you want to see more content like this. Hit the thumbs up, share this video with a friend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.